Basics of DNA: An Introduction to Life. What is DNA? DNA or deoxyribonucleic acid is a molecule that contains the genetic code which is unique to every individual. What is the use of DNA? DNA contains the instructions needed for an organism to develop, survive, and reproduce. To carry out these functions, DNA sequence must be converted into messages that can be used to produce proteins, which are the complex molecules that do most of the work in our bodies. The types of DNA. There are many types of DNA, but they all go down to two types: autosomal DNA and mitochondrial DNA. Now, the characteristics of DNA. DNA is made of two linked strands that wind around each other to resemble a twisted ladder, a shape known as a double helix. Each strand has a backbone of alternating deoxyribose and phosphate groups. Attached to each sugar is one of the four bases: adenine, cytosine, guanine, or thymine. Now let's go for some fun facts about DNA. Human beings may look different, but 99.9% of our DNA is the same. Humans share about 50% of our genes with plants. If one person's DNA was unraveled and placed end to end, it would stretch from Pluto and back. Let's look at the structure of DNA. DNA is made up of four bases, and we call these bases adenine, thymine, cytosine, and guanine. Adenine always pairs up with thymine, and cytosine always pairs up with guanine. Genes and DNA. What are genes? Genes are specific areas in the DNA. Some genes act as instructions to make molecules called proteins, which are needed for the body to function. However, many genes do not code for proteins. Instead, they help control other genes. The information in DNA is encoded in genetic building blocks called base pairs. The types of genes. There are two types of molecular genes called protein coding genes and non-coding genes. As the name says, protein coding genes codes for specific proteins needed by our body, and non-coding genes which do not code for any particular type of protein. Trivia time. Now it's time to check your knowledge about DNA. What is DNA? Where we can find DNA in a cell? That's all for today's lesson. Hope you had fun, and thank you.